Hello there friends, and welcome to Abe's Music School, episode 11 I think. Today I'm not going to record a door or anything. Instead I'm going to give you a music exercise. One fret up, called a semitone or a half step. So it's actually one fret. Why is it a half step? Well, because the whole step is 2 frets. And then we have the third. 1, 2, 3. I'm only playing the white notes here, white keys on the piano. I end up here on this E. So the interval between the first and the third, that's called a major third interval. If it had been a C minor chord, it would be like this instead. This is a minor third interval. Let's start with a C. And as the first tone in the scale, and we can write the Roman numeral 1 under it. This is a major chord, it's a major third. So the third is the only tone that determines if it's a major or a minor chord. This is a major one, so then we can write it in uppercase. But it's a minor third, so it's a D minor chord corresponding to the D tone in the scale, right? So then we write 2 in lowercase Roman numerals, and then with E, that's a minor third interval. We write 3 in lowercase, 4, that's F, 1, 2, 3, that's a major interval, major third interval. And G here, we already know it's a major, G major, because we played it last lesson, both F and G. Then we put an A, it's an A minor, right? It has the minor third here. And B, well, that's the odd sister in the bunch. It actually 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. Notice the 5 here. It's not the perfect fifth. The perfect fifth is this power chord shape. But here is this, and this is called a tritone shape, or the flat fifth. You can call it the flat fifth interval, or in the medieval ages they thought, well, this is so strange. It's not the perfect fifth. The only chord that doesn't have a perfect fifth, so they called it, this interval, the Diabolus in Musica. We have all the chords we can use. Let's repeat it. C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, and B is called B diminished. And let's do a 4-bar loop here, and I leave it up to you to think of a progression. I'll just give you the start and the finish. We'll start on C major chord, and the second and the third bar you can play any chord you like of these 6. Do you remember when we spoke about cadences? Going from F, the 4th chord, to C, that was a plagal cadence, or going from G to C, that was an authentic cadence. And you can make your own chord progression. So now I'll pick one. For the second and third, let's pick A minor and D minor. Let's see how it sounds. Then G at the end. La 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 la. Oh, that sounds pretty good. I just picked randomly 2 chords, put in bar 2 and 3, and immediately sounded like something out of the 60s. Let's do a plagal cadence, end in F, right, F, back to C, and do E minor and A minor in the middle chords. Let's see how it sounds. It sounds almost like a minor song. And like I said last time, C major and A minor are sister chords. If you play too many minor chords, and especially if you play too many A minor chords in the chord progression, you will get an A minor feeling. But if you play many C major chords, you will get a major feeling. Let's do some melody to the last one. So the cadence from F to C is more mild than going from G to C. So from F to C it sounds not so happy, not so, you know, it might even be more well suited for pop music, I think. So now let's move on to A minor. Let's see, then we start with the one chord on A. It's the same, it's major, minor, and for the B it's the strange sister, diminished chord. So A minor, that's number 1, number 2, B diminished, number 3, C major, number 4, D minor, number 5, E minor, 6, F major, 7, G major, back to A minor. And now let's do the same exercise. We had, in major we had C, F, G, C. Now let's just replace the C with the A minor and see what happens. That's a pretty common chord progression. I'm sure you heard it in many songs. Where is the dominant? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's an E. And here we had an E minor. So the E minor, it could resolve back to A minor, but if you replace the E minor to a E major, well, what happened? Now we are not only playing white keys on the piano, you replaced one white key for a black key. So if we only play the white keys, we are playing the diatonic chords. Diatonic means in the scale. But when we break out of the scale playing a black key, well, we are not longer playing diatonic, then we are playing non-diatonic minor scale. But what happens if we raise the G to G sharp? Where is it first? It's here. Right, let's raise it. Wow, that sounds pretty cool, pretty harmonic, yeah? And the name of the scale is harmonic minor scale. I give it up onto you. Start in the first bar on A minor. And now you have some options for the last bar. You could end it in F, just like before, or on G, just like before, and now we also can end it with a dominant, an E or an E7. Back to A minor. All these results nice back to A minor. Let's do A minor, D minor, F, E7. Almost hear a melody forming in your head. You could sing to these chords, and that's the way you do songwriting. Start just to play some chords. Right? You can almost, and then after you made up a melody, then put some words to the melody, and you have the verse for a song. Let's do another. Let's do A minor, E minor, G, and end on F. Wow, that's an interesting one. Those are only diatonic chords, right? We're only playing white keys on the piano. Na, 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 na. Yeah, that could be the start of a melody. Na, la, 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 la. Yeah, now I have the start of a melody. Then you continue, right? Do some more with the melody and add words to it. One last. A minor, G, A minor, E. You see, we have so many options when doing A minor. You can literally do thousands of different chord progressions. Yeah, it sounds good almost whatever you play. That's why so many pop songs, so many rock songs, metal songs are done in the minor scale. Start with A minor and then play the same chords but replace A minor with C major. And you can hear how the song turns from a minor into a major feeling. I go to C major. Then you have a nice difference between the verse and the chorus. And this is, for instance, the case in the, what's his name? Neil Young, his song Like a Hurricane. And then analyze how it moves first from minor in the verse and then to chorus in the, no, to major in the chorus. Right, see you next time.